Wow.
And we are live. Hello, everybody. And YouTube hasn't kicked into gear yet, but yeah, we're here. So, hello, Gavin here. As you should all know, BC Herbs here. Introduce yourself, BC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's me.
I
Yeah,
knew you were going
hello.
to ruin this, you prick.
No,
Be nice.
not gonna do it. It's
Right,
just the
okay.
start. Take control
Right,
now.
okay. Yeah, I'm just going to say hello to a few people in the chat. So, um, Joey, uh, I'm not asking that question. No. Hello,
Good.
Sam. Hello, Angie.
Hello.
Hello, Ali.
Hello, Allison.
No, I think she prefers Ali. Maybe I picked that up wrong, but um,
It's your show. I've told you I'd be nice.
no, don't. You'd only ruin it. Just be yourself. There's no point pretending to be nice. So, um,
Okay.
let's see. Let's just get through. Angie, Joey, Ali, JV. JV's jumping from channel to channel.
Mm-hmm.
He's got multiple YouTube channels now, so it just depends what mood he's in for what he loads up. So, hello, Dave. Hello, Dave. Hello, Connie and Herbie. Herbie. Yep. There you go, Ali. Most people call me that, so whatever you prefer. So right. So let's get this shit show on the road. So
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm.
obviously some of the questions are just standard. Some of them will change up slightly. Answer what you want to answer. Answer as long as you want. If you don't want to answer, I don't give a fuck. So yeah. What's your favorite YouTube channel?
Mm. Probably Daily Dose of Internet.
Okay.
It's just a random channel comes on. He does 2-3 minutes of weird stuff or whatever, and it's great. He obviously captures and takes other people's videos and put them together, but excellent channel.
Oh, so he's making like compilations from other people's
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, from all different people.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's just one of them things, and now people put hour-long compilations together, and you can sit back and just scroll through the shorts without using your
Right.
fingers.
Yeah. Well, see, short is addictive. I find myself at times just sitting with a thumb.
Dude, how many times I flip through them, and then I'm like, gotta get out of here. Two
Yeah.
seconds later, they catch you. You're right
Yep.
back in there doing it again.
Yep. It's a nightmare, and it's some of the crap I've watched, and you know, I've realized I've been sitting 20 minutes flicking through YouTube Shorts just
Right.
and it's stupid, and then it's affecting my attention span. I know you have a very bad attention span at the
Oh
best of
boy.
times, but I'm now sitting 20 minutes, 15, 20 seconds into the short. If it hasn't really gripped me, I'm like, no, I'm not waiting. I'm truth be told, if they say watch to the end, straight away I go, yeah, fuck you, I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
I don't do that. I don't fall for that. And
Yeah,
I every video I judge to on these shorts, it's always like instant fakery. And the reason
yeah,
why I like that show, it seems like he just goes with the generic good stuff.
yeah,
Whether it's painful or whatever, he tries to. He sort of thinks like I do at hoping he knows the bullshit. That's why I
yeah,
enjoy that channel because the biggest thing I don't like about YouTube channels is when people got their mouth open showing their teeth. Like it's like I yeah instantly I fucking know I know it's gonna be the bullshit like bullshit yeah. Don't
yeah,
fall for them ones.
yeah. I
There's a
agree.
couple good ones though. The Y Files is good. The guy that tows vehicles out of Colorado or Arizona, Matt's
Right,
Off Road Towing. That's another good one.
right, okay.
Yeah, pretty much anything that's got over. I go with the masses usually, and they're right. And the biggest
Yeah.
thing is the guy's voice. If they ain't got the voice, I can't do
Oh,
it.
absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Some really shitty ones. I like. In fact, I missed one that they released recently. History Matters. It's a wee animated history channel, and they'll literally. I mean, there's ways one why didn't Canada join with the other colonies whenever when America went independent and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be sometimes 3 minutes, sometimes 10. I think at most are 10 minutes, and it's animated and it's funny. And it's The way they do it, it's really good. It's I like the history stuff. I like learning shit like that, without it going too deep. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my one. So okay. So this one's question two. What first got you into music?
First got me into music. I would say life got me into music because I can't remember the time I never liked music. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what got me into it? You mean into
Well,
my genre, basically, or
yeah, because I mean, I know guys that just be saying, "You a music fan?" Well, yeah, where you and I are, we know what we like and we're reasonably vocal about what we like. And you obviously started playing for at some point,
that would probably be the breakdown? Because there's one thing listening to music, and then it's a whole other joy of playing music.
right?
It's like wow, and if you like to reissue that question, if you stuck it in with guitar, that would be my moment. And it's
Okay,
sad. I was in jail at the time that someone showed me how to play guitar.
right?
And if I take anything from being incarcerated, it'd have been, man, it turned me into a guitar player. So crime does pay, folks. Sometimes it does fucking work out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, guy, he taught me how to read tablature, the numbers.
right. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I thought, you got six strings, you got six. I understood it, but honestly, for the first 3 or 4 days when I started learning it, I was playing the strings upside down. And
Right.
instantly I was going, because I didn't know the number one string was the tiny one at the bottom. I
Yeah.
thought it was the fat, juicy one.
Yeah. Tablets are weird.
Yeah,
Especially,
it
I
reads
think.
from the bottom up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there playing and it says the most simplest song. Anyone can get 5 minutes. And old BC's struggling. I'm like,
Oh,
man, guitar's hard because it ain't sounding fuck all like the thing. And then
yep.
when I transposed it, man, it was like opening a bag of candy. The
Yeah.
gods come out, and I realized I'm backwards. Boy, and I took to it like
Yeah.
fire.
I mean, do you think so? You learned somebody in jail showed you, and then they taught you tablature, and you fucked it up for a few days. Can you
Yeah.
imagine how far on you'd have got so quickly if you had YouTube back in the day?
No, my
You think it would have made
attitude.
any difference?
No, I would have probably looked at YouTube because you think you're going so good and everything's all good, but YouTube lets you know you ain't nothing special, bitch.
Right.
You ain't fucking nothing out of the norm. And that's the way I thought around my friends. I'm the next
Right.
Metallica. No
Uh,
one in my town can play like me.
yeah.
Listen to it. When I go to school, 1,000 people gather. Well, 50 people gather around. I thought my head was 1,000. But everyone's like, wow, man, that's fucking awesome. That gets into your head. But
Right.
if YouTube's around, oh, they would have showed me some 6-year-old Korean fella would have grabbed a half beat up guitar and just pounded the bits out of it, right? And made
Yeah.
you look like a fool.
Yeah. That's the thing is, I naturally assume everybody's better than me at everything, so that wouldn't have been my issue. Um, I wish if YouTube had been around when I bought that guitar, I think I would have. Cause I was practicing properly, but I went down to the shop or the room above the shop once a week, and it wasn't practical stuff. It was hard to how to rate scales, how to transpose from one key to this here.
Oh, yeah.
I needed practical help. I needed lift your knuckles. I needed strumming patterns. I needed help changing, and you didn't get that. So JV put me on the guy called Justin Guitar, and he literally his first one is this is a guitar, this is the
Hmm.
neck, this is the ball bag. He's
Yeah.
literally talking, and he put this finger here, and so he's not getting ahead of himself. He's deliberately going, you'll hate this, but you have to stick at it. Practice
It
it.
does work. Practice works.
And
I wish I would have had that structure when I first began. See, I jumped right into playing songs,
yeah.
and I missed so much.
Yeah, because I tried when I was having a proper stab at it when it more time. I was trying to pick a song that I loved, and then after a while of me butchering it, I'm like going, "You're just killing this song. You're gonna hate this song forever because you're sitting and you're ham fisted and you're making it an absolute bollock to it." So, but I mean, you got there, and like even JV says you're good, so
Well, that's good enough for me.
Yep, I would say so. But no, well, it's weird. I get, for me, obviously, I don't play. I just remember standing in the shop buying my first vinyl, because I'm down. Literally, I was told pick an album, and I picked AC/DC High Voltage just because the cover was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know the band at that point. I didn't know anything about them. I just went, "Oh, that's a cool looking, with the light, the lightning bolt and the fucking,
Yeah,
guitar."
music's a very strange thing, and and with the world the way it is, you think a true musician would want to let their, because look how people get around listening to music, and it's such a good feeling, and it's surprisingly that people try to stop that from happening when it's what the world needs right now. Really, it's a good time,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's silly the way they treat music on here because music's invented to share with people.
yeah. I agree. I don't even mind if the YouTube channel doesn't get paid for it. If any money
Oh,
created
there's
goes
ways around
back
it,
to,
Captain. It's just
yeah,
like they refuse to do it.
yeah.
But what is
Oh, oh,
enough?
oh,
That's
oh,
one of the
absolutely.
biggest questions.
Yeah, certain bands will, and it's bullshit because I'm like you. Get the bigger audience. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
Even if they get paid the royalties for it, who cares? So
Yeah,
right.
money always gets in the way.
Yep, it does. So question 3: what has been the best experience of your life?
Mm. Yeah, besides the typical, kids being born and,
Well, it could be that if you wanted to.
well, obviously, that was probably, yeah, that's one of the tip top ones there. But, everyone's going to jump to that and say that. But if I had to just be non, like just out of the norm,
Yeah,
I'd probably say
I suppose.
the
Yeah.
day I got established and started my first job.
Okay.
And then that answered a lot of questions because I was the kid growing up where it's, how am I going to afford a house? Am I going to get a car? Especially when my wife got pregnant. Then it really pounded all that shit into it. But
Right.
working with people and learning the ropes, and it just got easier. And that was the best time in my life when I knew that, you know what, BC, everything's going to be just okay, man. If you
Right.
continue on this path and don't be a fuck up, you're going to be okay, man. It'll all be all right. The rest is just bonuses, but that's probably the best time of my life when
Uh,
that hurdle was answered. It's a tough hurdle. I can't imagine
yeah.
living through it again. Jesus, to afford a house today, what a stress.
Oh fuck. I
Oh
mean,
my God, man. I can't even imagine.
yeah. I suppose. I mean, if everything just clicks. I mean, I suppose a lot of people, not everybody, but some people have that moment where it's just like the light bulb goes on. It's that eureka moment.
Mm-hmm.
I can do this. I have to stop fucking about, and I have to knuckle down and do stuff. But um,
Yes.
so it's not for everybody. But
Because nobody can answer them questions, They give you the blase, it'll be okay, man, once you get working. What do you want to do? I don't know what the fuck I want to do. Who's going to give me an opportunity to do it?
yeah,
Right? So many variables, and Jesus, is the job going to go away in 3 months?
yeah,
What about next year? And oh, now I got a baby on the way. But as time went on, yeah, I look back and go, man, life, honest to God, for me, it was given to me, everything.
uh,
I didn't have to fill out a fucking employment thing. I just went in and talked to the guy. Fuck,
yeah,
okay, start on Friday.
yeah. It's weird
Eh,
because I mean I know you get kids that are driven. Kids, right? I want to be a vet. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor, or whatever, and that's great for them. But most of us, it's just I want to get a job.
mm-hmm.
Most of us, I want to pay the
That
bills. I
was me
want to,
too, man.
yeah,
I
I
see
want to be
so
able to go
many
on holiday.
friends that were older than me and have been like living at home or the basement, and it's like, fuck, I don't want to become that guy. How do I start all this bullshit
Yeah,
called life? When do you bite onto it?
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it worked out, man. That was the
It's,
best
it's,
time of my life,
it's tough.
realizing everything was going to be
Yeah.
okay.
But I mean, I'll be honest, that's quite unusual that you can pinpoint it to that. That's when it all clicked. But I
Mm-hmm.
suppose a lot of that was by necessity, like you say. The Mrs. BC was pregnant, and you just had to at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you got to do it, man. There's no fucking around here. But honestly, like when I came out here, I was working 2 days later,
Yeah,
making excellent money for fucking menial shit. It was the
yeah,
land of opportunity.
yeah.
Oh, it was night and day living
I,
East Coast to West Coast.
because up there, because it's so desolate, that they just needed workers, so they had to pay them, I suppose.
Logging,
Yeah,
logging, man. Fucking chop everything down and pay exorbitant prices.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. But yeah, that's like oil rig workers. I mean, yes, you're paying them for their skill, but you're also paying them for the isolation,
Oh, of course, man.
the being away.
Yeah, the being away, it's fucking, it plays on your brain.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a weird one. But yeah, it's good. It's good that you know that. It's just um means whenever you're fighting with Mrs. BC, you can pinpoint. Well, that was the day you made me get a job. I could have been stoned in the basement still.
Well,
I
she
suppose.
says to me, like, we've been together over 25 years, but she'll say to me, if I fucking choked you out when we first met, I'd be getting out of jail right about now. So be thankful. I'm like, I am.
Well, that leads perfectly on to question 4.
Uh-oh.
If you could kill one person without any consequences, who would it be?
Oh, man. I got an answer for this. I just say I'm narrowing it down.
Yeah. See, you're like me. You're probably thinking, why only one?
Yeah, well, only one. Um, Jesus, that's hard to narrow down.
I wrote that just for you. Oh.
That's a toughie, really. Because I want to do it for the right reason. It's got to be for more than just me. That's the hard time I'm having with right now. But can I be selfish?
Oh, absolutely. It's your pick. You kill whoever you want to kill. It's no problem. You work away.
Do I have to kill the body or the person they become? Because I'll be real, man. If I wanted to kill someone, it'd probably be my father. I'd want to kill him.
Okay.
The worst. But that's
Right.
that's self-loathing and bullshit like that. But I would want to kill anyone that does the most harm to anybody else without any thought about themselves. Whoever you are out there, I'm on your neck stabbing you right now.
Yeah.
And you know who you are.
Yeah.
We might not know it, but anybody like that.
But is your dad still alive?
Yes.
Right. So him then.
But not so much the body, even just what he's become. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Terrible
Yeah.
to be part of that. And it's, I don't have to go into detail. And it's not a woe is me thing. It's
No.
just,
No.
he's a
No.
shitty dad.
Absolutely
Shitty.
not. No.
And the closest to me that I wouldn't wish it upon anybody to have somebody like that in their life. So
Yeah,
sad as that may be, terrible.
Yeah, it's weird. I never really got to know my dad as an adult. I was only just 18 when he died, so and he was always good. He was terrible to my mum, but he was good to me.
Your dad's supposed to be just, your dad. You know what I mean? I never
Yeah.
ever got that. It was always a fight just to be his friend.
Yep.
And when we were around each other, I've kind of felt that, but they were few and far between. And
Yeah.
when he was around his friends and I was around, I was the butt of the joke,
Yeah.
like bullied almost. It's terrible way. It's terrible.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
that's not right. I mean, that's
Mm-mm.
just, I didn't have any of that, but my mum and dad separated when I was about 8 or 9. I can't remember, and I had difficult times with them, but more because I was a kid and I took my mum's side and everything, without realizing there's two sides to what went on.
My mom's as cool as shit, and I know everybody says that, but fuck, you'd be hard pressed not to get along with my mother if you
Yeah.
like me. Seriously.
Yeah,
She's just fucking awesome, man.
yeah,
She just laid back, gets it all. She knows right from wrong, and
yeah,
just a cool person.
yeah. No, I really started getting to know my dad when, literally just starting to get to know him when he was told he'd 6 to 9 months to live, so, so yeah, so, so it's tough, definitely.
There's more people that deserve to die on this planet, in my eyes, than I could kill. I'd be exhausted,
Oh, absolutely.
exhausted.
absolutely. I always said I'd run out of ammunition before I run out of targets.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
um, I firmly believe there's way too many people running about that aren't being taken in hand. So that's one way to do it. But
Yep.
um, okay, so it's more musicy based one then. So you being a musician and all that, what artist alive or dead would you most like to work with?
Definitely James Hetfield.
Okay,
Yeah, definitely my go-to guy, man. Fuck it, just personified. Maybe not now. The earlier '89 version of James Hetfield, shall we say?
right.
He's a little bit quirky now, but back in the day, man, wow, shit. Talk about
Yeah,
being born to do something.
yeah,
Enamored.
absolutely.
First time I ever saw him, just staring at him like, fuck, you're the guy on my fucking wall, and you're 7 feet in front of me. This is blowing my fucking mind right now.
Yeah,
And then the illusions, right? Oh, if I go to the show, maybe I'll get backstage and I can be buddies with them and I'll put on the charm and fuck, he'll be emailing me. Well, back in the day, calling me, These delusions that you have as a young child about how it's going to play out. But yeah, definitely him, for sure, man. If it was on the dead side, I don't know. I would kind of more or less pick somebody that would impress my friends. Not
okay,
for me. Like Jimi
right.
Hendrix or something. Oh, you play with Jimmy? Something like that. But I can't think of anybody dead that I would appreciate playing with.
Right.
But the live
Um,
shit, yeah. Definitely James Hetfield,
what
man.
about I'm struggling to remember his name. The guy that played with Sid Lizzy for a while. Um, they did Prairie and Walkways. Um,
Don't know. I
uh,
probably do, just not thinking on the same
yeah,
thing.
he's one because there's a lot of guitarists that guitarists admire more than the general public, if that makes sense. Technically gifted guys that you musicians look at and go, "Wow, look what he's doing."
I'm not so much
Homework
about that. You
or
can
something
impress me
more.
with, listen, with musicianship and me and all that. The number one thing is not how fast you play or slow. It's about timing for me. You
Yeah,
have to have great timing. And some people can be two great musicians, get together, and just not click.
yeah,
It happens all the time, and that was my downfall. I just never met the right guy.
yeah.
Like
Well,
JV, me and him say, oh, we get together and play, but it might not work out.
no,
Like,
no.
it's hard to
It,
say.
it's chemistry because
Yeah.
there's people there. I mean, Ringo gets a lot of stick for he wasn't the best drummer, and he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah,
It's
but
what,
Ringo kept the beat, man,
yeah,
and
but
you don't
it's what
have to go
with the other
nuts.
three guys. Pete Best, if he'd have stayed, might not have worked. They might not have clicked. They might not have, they might not have hit the heights. So, um, yeah, it's Gary Moore. Sorry, is who I was thinking. That's guy that gets named or Stevie Vai, people like that. But
And I say James Hetfield because of my background. Like, that band basically taught me how to play guitar, but
yeah,
he might be a fucking asshole in real life. Me and old BC and we and I not fucking like each other. Like, that's happened, man. I can't describe it,
yeah,
but I know when someone's into the music you're playing, or it's like you just feel it.
yeah,
And to get that, I don't know, it's fate, chance, but if you're looking for it, it won't come to you. It's just got to
yeah,
happen. That's
yeah.
all.
I mean, like, 'cause I've said, I've seen Metallica 3 times, which was it 3 or 4 times, can't remember.
Hmm.
And the one thing I really liked was they always interacted with the crowd. It felt like they were enjoying themselves. It felt like that they enjoyed the fans being there in the crowd. They talked about the Metallica family and stuff like that. Where other bands, including ACDC, it felt like they were phoning it in.
Yeah.
It was just literally it was like that Springfield, not Spring, sorry, the The Simpsons when the Spinal Tap tour and that was.
Oh, right.
And they literally were just insert city name here, and they were just saying the same thing. And I think ACDC is very much like that. And I love ACDC,
Yeah, so do I.
but Metallica, at the very least, when you were in the crowd, you felt like they were talking to you. They felt like they talked about the last time they played Belfast. They talked about the people that they were performing with. The time I saw them when they were on stage with Diamond Head and all, it was
Yeah.
great. It just felt like, and I think you're right. James feels like he's sort of part.
I don't know, man. He's just got that like
Yeah,
quality about him, and Jesus, man, to play like that and to write like
you know,
that. My God, that
yeah.
music just beat me inside. Holy God,
You've got
it
to have
was.
something to that, and the fact that it grabs you like that. Because I'd be honest, Metallica didn't at first for me. It took, there was other bands I listened to loads
Me
more.
either. I heard about them, and when
Yeah,
Injustice for All came out, I
yeah.
was like, "Holy Jesus, what is this?"
It was probably the
And then
Black
I got
Album for
into the
me.
wagon of it all. But yeah,
Yeah.
that album sold me.
Yeah, no, it was the Black Album for me that hooked me, and then I started listening to all of. Yeah, I had mates in school that were brilliant, but I mean, I'm like a lot of bands. It's only the last sort of 10 years I've fallen in love with Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses. I was late to the party too. I knew the hits and I had their greatest hits on the CD, and
Mm-hmm.
it never really took to the band until probably about 2010. Weirdly, probably when I saw Slash live, and they was playing a lot of the Guns N' Roses catalog, and I remember just right. I'm gonna have to remember on the plane actually. With the headphones in, and it's right. Have to start listening to some Guns N' Roses here. So so it's a strange one, but yeah, Headfield's a good pick for that one. So
Yeah.
okay, question 6. What is your biggest insecurity?
Leaving my family alone. That drives me the most. Is anytime I have to leave the family for anything. That drives me nuts.
Okay.
And the fact that, I don't know, I always think the worst is going to happen, man. I can't get the what ifs out of me.
Right.
Every fucking waking hour, what if this happens? What if that happens? Like like Joey was talking about going to LA. I wish I could think that far ahead, but fuck, am I even going to make it to the Cleveland airport to get off the ground to get going there? Like, I can't be happy until I'm there doing it. And
Right.
still, then when I'm there, I'm fucking thinking of home again. What
Right.
happens if she leaves the toilet running? What happens if she slips and falls? What if, what if, what if?
Yeah.
So, I really changed my answer to my brain is the fuck, I don't know why it becomes an asshole to you.
Yeah.
I've explained this to many people, but when you're left alone with it, I don't know why it does that to me.
Yeah. The one.
Marijuana doesn't increase it. It's always the what ifs. I cannot
Yeah.
get them out of there.
Yeah. I mean, the what ifs are. I'm the same. I worry a lot. I stress about stupid stuff, and I let stupid stuff get me. So I get that completely. I mean, I've seen me losing the rag with sitting in a group of friends over something daft. It's not been that one thing. It's been something that's triggered me, but worrying about other stuff.
Mm.
Um,
And I don't know where it came from. I don't know when it happened. Probably in my early 40s it was kicking in, but I remember around 30s. What happens if the work closes tomorrow? Is my car going to be okay? And Jesus, jumping Christ, BC, just stop already. Now it's controlled me to the point where I can't even enjoy anything
right.
because I always look to the danger. And what's the worst thing that could happen if I do this right now?
Yeah.
And if that tips the scale, I'll cancel the event.
Yeah.
It's not being so much afraid. I'm not afraid to go out and do that stuff. It's when it does happen, it's like, see, I fucking told you so. You
Yeah.
stupid bitch. And that just sets me back even more. It's
Yeah.
like a vicious circle.
Yeah. But I mean, have you been that way for long, or is that like a
No,
lifetime
like I
thing?
said in my 30s, like I was all willy-nilly, but like I said, when I started to work on that seemed to ease up. But I
But
don't know, as you get older, and I think it was just the letdown situation all the time. I've been let down so much by others mostly that it's like, you know what? I'm not looking forward to it no more. I'm going to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. And that's working for me.
Is that not just the normal stress of being a husband and a father?
I would say yes, but I don't know what other people think like, and it makes me feel good when people come in and say like in chat here, I understand what you mean. I'm like that too.
Yeah.
That's good because I thought, is this the onset of craziness? Like, dude, I'll cook a fucking hot dog at 11 o'clock at night. I know that 100% I shut that stove off. I go to bed and I trigger myself to lay there and then you know what? That stove is burning the house down right now. And it will get me up out of bed, Captain, and I will go look at it. And I'm like, see, you knew you shut it off, but why did you feel compelled? Because your brain is fucking a jerk to you.
Yep.
It couldn't just agree with me and say, no, you fool, you did shut it off. Nope. Get your ass up out of bed and go look.
But truth be told, I think that's sometimes a byproduct. And I'm not saying like I'm Einstein or anything, or you're Einstein, but we're both reasonably intelligent people. And it is true that idiots go through life and they're happier because they don't have the sense to worry about stuff. Or maybe
to worry about the simple stuff like you fucking tool. Like I have friends come over and they're same age as me. They enjoy just what I do. They think like me. We get along. And then they'll say, oh, I got to get home. I got a turkey in the oven. You left your house with your oven going? Oh, yeah, I do it all the time. Like, man, I wish I could be like that. How? Now I'm worried about your fucking house burning down. Thanks a lot, jerk.
No, I get that one. I never see people putting timers on their ovens, so when they're sitting and work, the oven will go on at 3 o'clock, but dinner will be ready at 5:30 when they get
See,
home.
Miss Piggy gets it. I feel it. Like, that makes me feel good, but, you know, how do you discuss this between people? Do you ever look at your friend and go, hey, you ever freak out the stove's on when you shut it off? And, you know, oh, you're a stupid idiot. Because some people won't want to. And if you get one of them carefree friends that talk you into, oh, stove's off, don't worry, house burns down. Guess what, bitch? Stove was on. Was it? You idiot. Yeah, I can't be friends with you.
Yeah, it's weird because I mean I had this conversation the other day. Everybody's OCD to some degree.
It's gotta be, man.
But some have it obviously like proper, like can't leave the house, have to wash their hands 1,000 times.
Oh, I could see where this could get out of control, Captain. Without a doubt, I could see where this would be. But my wife tells me like, you're an idiot. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like, stop worrying. If shit's gonna happen, it's gonna fucking happen anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like there again. It just it's a fine line, man.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I get laughed. I go to the gym as often not as often as I should do, but as often as I can make myself leave the house. And Colin laughs at me because I go to the exact, you know, the wee locker to put your car keys and all in.
Right.
I go to the same one every time and see if I can't get it, I'm stressed out. You know. I've seen standing waiting for a certain machine and somebody's on it, and there's the cross train on the treadmill, and there's other machines, and I'll stand and wait, and Colin's just looking at me going, there's other machines. Yeah, it's not my machine. No.
Yeah. You know what triggers me too is like, you've probably heard it from your family members in your house or workers, when they say your name, but you know there's like, when my wife wants to know what I want to eat, she'll be like, BC, and I'm like, okay, she's gonna ask a question, but then when it's that tone of, BC, and it's like, oh no. What is it? What's leaking? What's hissing? I hate when she says, do you hear that? Right away, I fucking, whoa. Everyone, shut up. Yeah. What? I hear a ticking. I'll look through the walls for the tick. It drives me nuts.
Yeah,
that's my insecurity. Is my ability not to say, smarten the fuck up. It's done. Yeah. Can't do it.
Yeah, but it's like, you can work on shit like that, you know. I'm not saying
how though.
Each of their own, but yeah, you're like me. You're just resigned. Too set.
Exactly. Like I, if there's a pill, if there's a book, but no one can make me solve it.
Well, there is. I'm struggling to remember the name of it. But Stephen King, who used to be I think the best writer in the business, but that's what off the boil.
I
One
love
of
that
them,
guy.
it's early stuff. It's my favorite book of all time. I think Salem's Lot.
Mm.
Um, but it is short. He'd won recently, and it's about OCD, and it's brilliant. And I'll guarantee you, see by the end, it's only a short story, but see by the time you get the end of it, you'll be sitting scratching your hand like this.
Oh, probably, man.
M or something. It's N. It's the letter N. It's brilliant. It's
It's gonna.
just
It sounds like it's gonna trigger me.
absolutely. But
And I hate
and
using that fucking
I'm,
word, but I understand. There's no better word to use than that word.
yeah, I'm literally sitting at the end of it, and thinking about the shit I do and scratching my arm and all, where it's in the story. And you can't help doing it. But it's brilliant because I think he's badly off the boil, but it was just genius. So
Agreed.
that one, that short story. So okay, so nice, a more light-hearted one then. Are aliens real? And if so, have they visited us?
um, I like to like everyone knows I like talking about aliens. If you don't, I do, but I don't think they're real. And
Right.
the reason why I say that is because I was hypnotized when I was younger, and I was one of the people like that shit don't work. Well, I'm telling you, folks, if you're susceptible to it and you got the right guy, he made my brain see stuff that was not there. And I know everybody on this earth is capable of it in some form or another. And I believe in them situations, something is misfiring. And I truly believe what they saw is real. Even if there's more than one person seeing, but the proof isn't there for me. And I gotta see it to believe it. And
Yeah.
then again, when I talk about being hypnotized, I wonder, is that real? Or is
Yeah.
that just something my brain is making up? Because, like I just said, your brain's a jerk, man.
Yeah. I've never been hypnotized. I'm a guy who's now one of my bosses told me years ago he was at a hypnotist show and he went, "Oh, it'll never be me." But to get everybody to do, they all have different versions. They have a test. Like if you hold your hand like that, and then
That's
you
what
can't
he
get,
did to me, Captain.
yeah, and
He
you can't
did
get your
that
hand
to
up.
me.
And every Gary's stand going, "Oh fuck no! Oh
Yeah,
fuck
I'm
no!
locked
Don't
up.
stop
I
me!"
couldn't get him apart.
Yeah, and he was so obviously it's if you're susceptible that sort of thing. I've never
Yeah,
done
he told me, you grab a seat, sit down. I was like, yeah, I want more of this. I want more.
it.
Because when he made my hands fly apart, that was the weirdest thing. And I'm like, look at
Yeah,
that. Just with a voice.
yeah,
And 5 minutes, look at what he made my brain do.
yeah.
Jesus. So it can happen, man.
I
And
I don't
I don't
I
know
don't
what
even
triggered it, but he knows the secret.
yeah I don't ever want hypnotized. Like we were talking earlier about magic mushrooms. I dread that losing control and
Yeah.
having somebody controlling my head, telling me, bark like a chicken. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just I that freaks. That's why I said earlier I won't do acid, I won't do mushrooms and stuff like that. Obviously, because they're illegal as well. In case anybody's watching, but they're not for me. Hypnotism is the thing. But for the aliens thing, I'm like you. I think there's life out there.
I do too.
Yes. So yes, I think aliens are real because I think we're just millions of planets out there, and for
Right.
us to think we're the only thing in the world.
But see, when you it's instantly goes to the little green men thing when you say alien. And that's where I understand why
Well,
they call UFOs UAPs
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Because you look at a UFO and you instantly think, oh, little green men,
yeah.
right? But just because something's flying in the sky, even if it's not from this world, it doesn't mean that
Oh,
it's,
absolutely,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
It's just, who knows what the hell it is, man?
Yeah. So I don't think there's been anything here. I just think, I mean,
Me
they keep
either.
finding, they find more and more Goldilocks planets every day, practically. So the chances that we're the only life in the universe, I think, is just remote. I think just statistically, there's going to be something out there. I don't think they've come to visit us. I never believed in people getting fucking probed in the worlds of Arkansas or fucking Alabama.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
Something's going on though. I'm not disclaiming
I
something happened, but
Well, see, I honestly, I think a lot of it's military stuff. Like a lot of times, it's
I
military
do too.
testing equipment. Because if you look back in the '60s and you'd have seen a stealth bomber being tested, what would you have
Hmm.
thought? The S was it the SR-1?
I
The
think that all the time, man. Just like the Egyptians, you give them the cell phone, they're not. They have no comprehension. Like
yeah,
they toss it over their shoulder. Like, what is this? I don't even.
yeah.
There's. I can't base it off nothing.
You go back 100 years ago, and if you'd have said, "Look, I'm going to have this thing in my hand that I can look up any bit of information in the world, and I can talk to somebody in fucking Australia."
Right.
And see their picture, and I can control lights with it, and I can turn my car on and off. And
Hmm.
even 100 years ago, they still probably burnt you thinking you were a fucking witch. So,
Exactly, man.
but yeah, so that would be my. So this one, I think I know some of this answer anyway. But um, what on YouTube disappoints you the most?
Mm. Um. Probably just ignorant people.
Okay,
But yeah, seeing the dark side of people sometimes that really bugs me.
okay,
And you see it all the time, not just individually with so much as people we hang with, just all in general. It's pretty disgusting, man.
yeah, and it can be very clicky at times. Um,
Yeah, I'm just, and you look at it where it's at now, and where's it going to go to, and it's not good, man.
yeah, I just I think you're right. I think that's for a lot of us, but that's why I just choose not to spend time with most of them. You know.
That's like me. I learned the hard way. Like I'm like Crazy Ann. She's been a friend since day one, and I chose her as like the go-to person because I don't know what it was about her or something like that, but and she had warned me of all the people, and I come from a background of YouTube where I was on the other side when I first started, not so much on stream, but being the bully. So you know what to look for and shit like that, and it's all fun, but as time goes on and shit like that, you just see like I don't know if it's maturity or age, but it just sucks, man, seeing people get fucking plowed on, and the other part of it too is the ones that deserve it that don't get it. That disappoints me a lot too.
Right.
Is seeing bad people on here get a fucking pass all the time. Everybody talks about being on a better world and a better planet, but we can't even change the small group we change in. And
Yeah.
when someone does wrong, fucking tell them. It just bothers the shit out of me that people aren't true to themselves. Like I used to think growing up when someone would say, "Hey, Captain, this guy's talking about you," and and you think about it, everyone's had it done, but
Yeah.
the real friend is the one that comes and doesn't tell you that. They stick up for you at the moment, and I don't
Yeah.
see that on here too. That really bugs me too.
Yeah.
They say
Yeah.
like that love word you love so much, and people don't show it. I think they'd rather have a good time, and it's
Yeah.
amazing what they'll let fly just to not separate that good time. Like
Yeah.
don't worry about it, man. Let's just be friends. I'm like, no, that's wrong.
Yeah. I
Mm,
agree. I'd rather sit here on my own than be sitting on with people that I don't enjoy their company, and I would then. I mean, I can't say I've never done it because sometimes you're in a group on a panel. You don't have. You're not going to like everybody 100% on a panel.
right.
Sometimes you go with the flow. Like I mean, you know, there was somebody on Joey's earlier who was incoherent and rambling and
Hmm.
weird. But so rather than be rude and all, I just say
Exactly.
nothing.
Time and a place. I have much more respect for Joey
Yeah,
than the benefit it's going to bring by bringing light to that one thing. It's
yeah,
all you just look at the situation, decide. But it's just amazing how I'm a type of person that if if you know someone's done wrong or done something bad, it doesn't matter who it is, but you give them access to your time. Basically, you're telling that person whatever they done that nobody agrees with, it's all right for you.
Yeah.
Oh, do what you want, because next week, come on in, have a good, let's all get along. The world don't work like that.
No.
And the world becomes a better place when people stand up for each other and outright say, look, I don't appreciate what they did. And it's fine for you to go and hang with these people on that. I just question, like, why do you sit there and bitch about the case of the world or the situation we're in when you harbor around these type of people that are part of the problem?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Although in saying that, sometimes some of us just like to complain, and I'm definitely one of those guys. I would, one of my old bosses said he only ever worried about me when I stopped complaining. He knew
Yeah,
something was wrong
yeah,
once I shut up and wasn't grumbling.
I
You know,
agree.
so there's certainly an element of that for some of us. So
And the biggest thing is that you see something, say something. Like, come on,
yeah,
man. We're all adults here, and you can tell someone to politely fuck off.
yeah, absolutely,
It's done a million times. You know what I mean? Friends on here. If I want to go out and find a friend, it's so tough to find a good person because the only thing we share in common here with these tiny screens is trust.
yeah,
And if you break that with me, psh, you know,
yeah.
kick rocks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only time I'm like you, I'm reasonably willing to state what I feel. I do sometimes temper that if it's somebody else's channel. That's the only thing.
Hmm.
I wouldn't on Joey's or JV's or Thrash's.
Yeah, it's a time and a
Like,
place. You could give me all the scenarios, and you could see me in a situation where, like, oh, you said this and that, but he was up there.
yeah,
There's so many
yeah,
variables.
yeah. It's definitely I mean, you've seen me like here. I'll say whatever I want because it's mine.
Yeah,
That's different. But I wouldn't, jump on JV's one Friday night and go, yeah, he's a dick, she's a slopper, you know. She's got flops like a 747. I'm not going to jump up and say shit like that. And I'm not saying I wouldn't
I don't
accidentally let
go out of my
somebody
way to
do.
make trouble, man, but I'm not gonna fucking take it up the ass by anybody.
Yeah,
Nobody on here deserves that. And like I said, I like a good time. Who doesn't like to have a good time? And I'm more than willing to fucking say I'm sorry if I stepped on the line. I
yeah,
didn't mean to do that. I fucked up, and I apologize the way it made you feel. But I'm not going to hand out sorries just because. It's got to be a reason. But people know.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, okay. So, question number 9: who's your hero and why?
I don't know. I don't think I have one.
Oh, that's fair enough. I
Yeah, I don't have one.
I've asked this a few times. I struggle to answer it. I could say in a sporting context it would be, and I could name Kenny Dalglish best, you know, best player ever in the history of Liverpool Football Club. But at the same time, I'll be upset when he dies. But it's not going to affect my life in any real way. Other than loved him, great player, won loads of stuff for us. Um, and in real life, I don't have too many heroes. So
Yeah, and if I did have a hero, it'd be someone I'd have to know personally.
yeah,
How can you have the statement of a hero to someone you've never face to face before? That's quite a statement to say. Obviously, it's just that a fucking perception of what you think your hero is.
yeah,
You always got to meet him. So if I did have a hero, it would be someone personal to me. I
yeah,
can't, even like I said with James Hetfield and that, I like all them guys or Tom Cruise, anyone high that you'd look up to, but to be a hero, me, I
yeah,
would probably say anybody that just acts the way I just mentioned in the last question. As long as you're a stand-up person and that's good enough for me, man.
yeah.
Yeah, and I I'm not definitive good. I've been wrong many times, but I have a good self radar. I really do.
Yeah,
If anything, I can toot my own horn is with my own ability to go. You're a good person, man.
yeah. Um, no, I think you're right. The hero thing, it's tough because like I say, my dad wasn't my hero. None of my family's in real life. I can't think of anybody that would go.
No,
That person's who I really look up to. I've followed theirs. They did this for me, did that for me. So it's a tough question. But some people, I wish that I'd been able to turn around and go, yeah, my dad was my hero, the way you see in the movies. But
right.
and like I say, I'm not disrespecting my dad. I just, as I said, I didn't get to know him well enough, as an adult. So,
And if
um,
anyone had to wear the crown, just my wife would probably be my hero. Because the amount of shit she does for me that no one else does is like, wow. Never
I,
ask, never. It's just supper,
I, and
fires, all that bullshit.
I would imagine Mrs. BC is a saint having to put up with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
Oh, I can only
So,
imagine.
yeah.
Because I'm
So,
just jokey all the time, right? There's never. I'm always jokey, 100%.
I'm sure there's sometimes you just snap when you're not
Oh
joking.
yeah, but we don't talk. It just goes quiet.
Yeah. Again, yeah. I mean, well, I'm not married or anything, but yeah. Again, when I go quiet, that's when people know something's wrong. So,
Hmm.
um, but I think it's a good thing. I was talking the other day with my boss and one of my colleagues, and we're talking about mental health because it's some horrible story about one of the guys is his friend went home and his missus found just literally his wife had hung herself and just out of the blue.
Oh,
I was just talking about shit like that there, and I said, it's one of the good things. For better or worse, I wear my heart on my sleeve. If I'm in a good mood, you can tell I'm in a good mood. If I'm in a bad mood, you can tell I'm in a bad mood. And I'm not saying that's perfect, but I'm less likely to be the one that throws a rope up than somebody that's always outwardly happy and always has a front on. Because I mean, I had a friend like that that literally just tried to walk away from everything one day, but nobody in any England there was anything wrong before he was off, and then
exactly.
when he came back, the same thing. So there's something to be said for just for showing what you're feeling. Um, Again, time and a place, obviously.
Yeah, totally.
So there you go.
I'm basically, if I'm bad mood, you won't see me, because I'll just come up and I'll pick you apart, and that's
Yeah,
not fair.
well, I mean, I last Saturday I wouldn't join anything because I'm in bad form. So just do the
Yeah,
same
'cause I
thing, just
just you say
there.
something dumb to me or something, I'm like I'm not going to use anyone as an example, but like if I hear shit, I'll question it. People if I got to know things, I go to the source. Like I don't
Yeah.
ask around. I just go right to it. Find out what's happening.
Um, Joey, you've seen me in a good mood. That there was only one time, but you've seen me in a good mood.
It's
So
rare.
it's rare. None of you have seen me in a real bad mood yet, mind you. So, and I know you love this question, but does God exist and does He love you?
Um, I'm gonna say, um, I want to believe there's something out there that made us the way we are. I just don't think it's happenstance where shit collides together and just magic happens. There's got to be something greater to it all. And I believe with God as an individual or whatever you class him as, Allah, any of them, I think it's a premise on the way to live a good life. It's an idea, more or less.
Right?
That's the way I feel. And do I ever sit alone and be like, God, please help me? Yes, of course I do. But have I ever, the biggest thing for me and the God thing is I know people that have turned to God and flipped their life around, and I've always wondered what happened to them to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it something they said, something someone said to them? Like what triggered them? And I know people just like you and me, and then all of a sudden they're going to church every Sunday, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
And the biggest thing about the God thing is can all them people be fucking crazy? I don't think so. Can they be?
I think so.
Because that bothers me even worse. That many people believe. And then I think, how many people believe in God or say they do but really don't? Because no one's going to fill that card out.
Yeah, there's loads of that. But if you think mass delusion, and I'm not having to go into anybody's faith, it's one thing I don't do. I don't
Me
believe
either.
I don't believe in God, but believe whatever you want. That's the way I look at this life.
And I believe something's out there, whether it's called God or not. I just know there's gotta be, man. There just has to be.
Yeah.
Even if it's scientific on a scale that we can't fathom, because if you came from nothing and returned to nothing,
Yeah.
eventually you're going to become something again. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, what causes that?
But see, the thing is, I personally don't believe, right? But
No.
I don't mock. Everybody's entitled to believe what they want, as long as your belief isn't impacting me. And I always give the tree example. So take it away from any religion. If you believe the tree at the end of my street's sacred and you want to worship it, have at it, right? But as soon as you
Like
tell
Ski
me,
Gurley said, it's a comfort reasoning thing.
but as soon as you tell me I can't drive past that tree on a Tuesday because it's your tree's holy day, then we start the issue. That's my thing. And I actually think church. I mean, it's one of the things. Even as an atheist, I think one of the things that's missing is the structure and the support that church gives communities and families and stuff.
Right.
That's part of the reason society's struggling a wee bit at the minute. But because we never replaced that, people walked away from church and never.
But just like you, but you call yourself an atheist, right?
Yeah.
So you give yourself a label for the fact that you don't believe in something that ain't there, but you don't know.
No, okay. So I suppose probably the term is more agnostic than atheist. It's just the label people put on it.
Yeah, it's just a label. You see what I mean? But it's just as much as you don't believe, as much you do believe. I would say my answer would have to be, I don't know. I really don't know. But I think there's something out there. I want to believe there is.
Yeah. See, whether
it loves me or not, I'm not going to answer that.
I'm the other side of the coin. I don't believe there's something there. The way you said earlier, I want to see stuff. I want to see proof, and then the thing is as well, every religion believes they're right and their version of God's right. So does that mean Buddhists are wrong because they haven't been born in Buddhistan or where the fuck Buddhists are these days?
Exactly.
Or
Tibet.
Muslims are wrong, or fucking Catholics are wrong, or Protestants are wrong because they happen to be born in the wrong country. And then, I mean, and the last thing I'll say, and again, I'm not having people can believe what they want. Ricky Gervais, when he was on Colbert's show one night, and Colbert always gives him grief about being an atheist. And he said, "Oh, you don't believe in God?" He says, "No, I don't believe in he says there's 6,000 gods in human history, and I don't believe in any of them. You don't believe in 5,999 of them, but you believe in one. So we're only one deity away from our beliefs. They sort of have a point. The Romans believed in Mars and Jupiter and all this sort of thing. And then we move on. So anyway, right, we're at the halfway mark. And it's at this time that I like to have something that I'm never getting free from Bushmills, but it's that time of the weekend I want to drink. So I'm going to have a wee whiskey. And I'll apologise to Stephen, who's not in the chat, but he started to get Bushmill adverts in his YouTube feed now.
There you
just
go.
from watching this.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So, where I might not be a YouTuber, maybe if I get a free bottle of whiskey, I'll be an influencer. So, but cheers. And I might have to go out and put the heat on. It's fucking freezing.
Oh my god, good sweater.
Yeah. So, okay. So, question 11. If you could pick one superpower, what would it be?
One superpower, what would it be? To travel throughout the universe faster than the speed of light. So I could go to these planets and answer the foremost question that we just talked about.
Well, is Raven right?
Come back, Captain. I've been looking, man. Yeah, it's not looking great for aliens or other people. We're all alone. Yuck.
Yeah, so almost instantaneous travel.
Yeah, instantaneous travel, man. That'd be wicked.
Yeah, I think that would be a great thing, but you'd have to be invulnerable as well, because you
No,
could instantly travel to another planet, the atmosphere would fuck you up, you're dead. So you haven't thought this through.
I guess so. What about breathing into a paper bag? If it's a space bag, mind you.
If it's
Because I could, listen, if I could travel, no, I'm going to counter that. I go to the planet, I can't breathe. Come back, I can breathe. Go there, I can't breathe. So there you go. You haven't thought it through.
well,
You,
how could I think it through? You've just answered it.
yeah, you forget who you're fucking with here. You thought you'd trick me.
No, you've only just given the answer. So how am I supposed to think it through when you just answered the question? How
I
am I
want the
supposed to know?
ability to make you happy on command.
Oh dear God, no!
I
That would
know.
that would be a superpower.
That would be fucking superb. Smile, bitch. Boom.
Look, I'm smiling. You can do it. You're a superhero.
I guess.
Uh, um, yeah, it's weird. Joey just always wants titties. That's he wanted X-ray
He's
vision.
addicted, man. He's addicted.
Yeah, so okay. And I know some of these are YouTube questions because we met in YouTube and we're part of YouTube.
Yeah.
Who on YouTube has surprised you the most?
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be a positive surprise. It could be a bad surprise. Just
Oh, yeah.
whatever surprised you most.
There's a bunch of answers, but I don't know.
And remember, this is a safe space because not only is it my channel, but nobody's really watching apart from people we know. So if you want to say whatever the fuck you want,
Hmm. Surprised me the most. The one person? Is that what the question was?
uh, let me see. Let's bring it up again. Yeah, who on YouTube?
Anyone that stands true to themselves and carries that thought to try to push other people to think like them. That's who surprises me the most. If you're going to break it down into semantics about who personally, it probably have to be Angie because
Okay.
the quitting drinking thing, it's fucking amazing to me.
Yeah.
Like truly, I really feel like she's kicked it, man. And I feel like I was a huge part of that somehow.
Okay.
And it makes me feel good that,
So you didn't think she was going to be able to quit? Is that
Nope.
what surprised you?
fuck
No?
no. Not
Okay.
even. Remember? Prepare, hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
And shocking, man.
See, she only really. See, I only knew her starting to drink when she started trying to join the beer community. So I didn't know if she was drinking much outside that or around that. So um, wasn't as friendly with Angie at that point as I am now. Didn't know her as well. So, um, but yeah, that's so it's not a big surprise to me because I didn't know how deep she was in it. Is I
Mhm.
think what I'm trying to say. But you did so.
I think it's more too that, like I said, when you get involved with somebody like that personally, and I don't know, it's like a team effort almost, and I always strive. I don't. It wasn't so much as the drinking, but it's the end result. You know what I mean? It's just not
Yeah.
good. And if I didn't say anything, like to be a good friend like that, you think like, well, who the fuck are you to intrude on someone's life? You don't even know them. But I've always been a true proponent of a friend is a gift you give yourself. And it's a 50-50 shot. And if it don't work out, you got to blame yourself.
Right.
So when I involve myself with somebody like that and I get really personal, it hurts me when they come out and they say meanful things or something like, I'd almost just push them off. And Angie was probably about the first step I took in a long time where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna try it again. I just hope this doesn't fucking smash in my face. And it's narcissistic or egotistical to sound like that, but again, that's my 50% of the friendship, and I got
Yeah,
every right to think like that.
absolutely. Like it's
And
hard.
it's
Hard
just a great feeling when it all works out. And like I said, are times that probably not been all the best, but I don't know, man. Just you connect with somebody like that, and I don't know, it's like a sister thing almost to me.
yeah.
Strange how people can affect you like that. And like I said, I didn't search out to find her, and likewise, I've been traveling 48 fucking years, and all of a sudden here she is.
So
What made me stick around or put my neck out, or her even? Why? I don't know why, but I like to think it's for the better.
so
Makes me feel good at night.
but so that that's great. But 48 years. You're not only 48,
49. I'm
49.
just saying I met her a year ago.
Okay,
But I
yeah.
was traveling all that
It,
fucking time,
in
right?
in fairness, I thought you were in your 60s. You
The
know.
same age as you, man.
Yeah.
Born the same
Well,
year, yep.
but some of us obviously wear it better. Maybe it's the color as opposed to the black and white. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you just look grayer than me because you've got all those grey shades around you.
That
But
could be. That sounds like a you problem, really. I can't
yeah, I've got a
solve
lot. I've got a lot of those, sadly. Yeah.
that. Yeah, she probably individually probably surprised me the most out of our friends.
No,
So
I
I'm
mean that.
not going to speak for anybody else I don't know. Like, oh, well, this guy beat cancer. But I've never met him, but what a
Yeah,
story. And that
yeah,
goes on. But, it's personal for me.
yeah. No, I agree with it. I don't care about people that don't know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's why I remember one night when we were on JVs or somebody's in fucking Betty White Day and everybody's fucking boo hooing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, she was on TV, but who cares?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, she's not going to
that's right.
affect your life by not being there. I mean, she's not somebody you're going to phone when you're feeling down. She's not somebody who's going to help you with your mortgage. She's not, so it's
Yeah, no
definitely.
shit.
I try to come across as harsh and drying all the times, but I'm only like that with people that don't care about people I care about. I can be overly emotional, and
Man,
you know what I mean.
sometimes I put my effort out so much that, like I say, the Angie thing, and it worked out, mind you, but I've been let down so much. And it's like, well, fuck you then, you asshole. Be
Yeah,
gone. Why worry about? I got enough shit in my life. I don't want to even involve myself with you.
yeah. But
Where's it
see,
going to end up? And I like that it ends quickly.
yeah,
I fucking hate this 2-3 years of friendship, and then guess what you did to me? Well, I'm going
yeah,
to find that out right now and right quick.
yeah. It took me to be in my mid 40s to start realizing that I'm wasting my time with so many people here.
How
Just
much time we got left, right? With all the
uh,
variables that could take us out tomorrow, I
yeah,
want to be joyous around people. I want to, spread the good. Who doesn't want to be looked at as a good person? Everybody does,
yeah,
but everybody's not a good person. And I'm fucking here to find them people and say, fuck off.
yeah.
Whether it's a
Absolutely.
badge or whatever, it's not nothing to me, but I won't have it around the people I'm with. I won't. And
No,
if I'm wrong, tell me, but
yeah,
usually I'm not.
no, no. No, I always say the same. I make snap decisions about everybody, and I'm
Oh,
rarely
big
wrong
time.
about. I'm rarely wrong. I have been, but not very often.
Yeah, and if I do something out of norm or someone comes to me and says, hey, man, the way you did that was not right. That's like, I agree, but still, it doesn't negate the fact they're a fucking dickhead. And they
Yeah,
must be known. No fucking way. Get out of here. I could be dead
absolutely.
in 10 years, and I ain't fucking sharing my happiness with you. You don't deserve it. That's
Yep,
why.
absolutely, absolutely. So, okay, so we'll go to another cheery one now. What's been the worst experience of your life?
Jesus Christ.
Hmm. And remember, you can decline to answer anything. It's only us having a bit of a chat. So just
Mm, worst experience? Probably watching my boss pass away from cancer. That was
right.
tough. That was a tough one, dude. That is weird as hell. And it wasn't even just for the losing a friend or a boss like that. I was just watching physical somebody go through that.
Yeah.
Ooh, terrible, man.
Yeah. It's a tough thing to watch, especially. I mean, I don't know how close you are to him, but watching somebody you love just disintegrate in front of your eyes is.
And I know you're an animal lover like me, and animals obviously belong on the top of that list, but watching, I've never seen an animal go through that.
I
Usually
wouldn't
it's a
allow
needle
that.
in the belly and they go to sleep like it's a, but progressively watching someone deteriorate like that,
Well, I mean, I'd
that's a
say, I
toughie.
mean, yeah, I watched my dad. He had asbestosis, and watching him go downhill quickly and wither away. And even when he was in the hospice, when he was dying, got up one night and he'd they wouldn't even he'd two or three fans going because he was so warm. But they kept for some sense of modesty, they kept a vest on him because he was just skin and bones at that point, and that broke me that night. I literally had to keep walking away from him to go to
Yeah,
the other
that's
end of the
tough,
fucking
man.
ward and cry in the fucking curtains, and then
Oh
try to get
boy.
him into the car, and
Phew.
and it yeah, that's a tough one for anything, especially somebody that you fucking you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sympathy for that one. That's a hard
Oh.
thing. Um,
Yeah, and speaking at his funeral, like, oh, so bad.
I just
That was probably the worst, man. I never
yeah,
want to
that's
do
a
that
shitty
again.
question. I might have to take that one out. But then again, it's the shitty experiences that bring you to where you are now.
Oh, exactly, man. I don't regret having it. I'm glad I had it. It's just that was the worst experience I've ever endured in my life.
I mean, it makes you cherish the good stuff, like Andrew getting
Absolutely,
off the
man.
drink, like meeting me, well, maybe not all good stuff, but
Yeah, that's a pretty small. Hey, I've always said you need the bad and the good,
yeah,
because if it's all just good, uh, what what's a good day then? It's just nothing. It means
yeah,
nothing. But
yeah,
you have the bad to compare it with, then you appreciate it.
yeah,
It's
absolutely,
it's like doing something wrong at work. You're always scolded about the time you fucked up, but when you do really good,
yeah,
couple hours mention it, and nobody says shit anymore.
absolutely.
You
You
see,
know,
so it's like I wish you beat me up with the good shit like you did the bad shit.
yep,
So I
absolutely.
need that bad shit. It corrects a person.
Yeah, I'd say that leads you to where you are now, and it leads on to this one. Then, have you loved enough in your life?
Probably not, but you're asking the wrong person. I've loved enough to make myself happy, and the ones that I put too much love in, just the heartbreak parts, yeah. But have I loved enough? Absolutely. Almost too
Okay,
much.
yeah, well, that's fair enough. But it's been if it's enough for you, it's enough. That's the perfect answer.
Yeah, but again, what's enough? What's too
Enough to
little?
make well, it's enough to make you and your loved ones know that they're loved and that they're happy. You've got your daughter, and you've only the one daughter, don't you?
Two.
Two daughters. Your
Yeah.
two daughters, and Mrs. BC. You know what I mean? And whoever else you feel that your circle of love goes. If that's enough, then that's enough. There's no right
Yeah.
or wrong answer to this.
No, that's what I mean. When you say it's a weird question because have you loved enough? You're going to compare it to when the tank's full.
Yeah.
That's what that means to me. But my tank's not. I don't think ever even got half full. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
But it's deliberate.
situations.
But it's a deliberately open question. You know what I mean? There is no right or wrong answer to it. It is just
Yeah, I
it.
think I have. Sure.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, I
Yep.
know there's people would say I haven't. I mean, I don't love a lot of people. And I hate this fucking nonsense on panel with people that I love you, man, I love you, man, and yeah,
Yeah.
fuck off. That
It's fleeting.
it's a
It's a good
platitude.
thing to say, but it really holds no water because I believe what we are on here is acquaintances. There's very few friends.
Well, I think I get your point and I agree with you mostly, but I think there's people on here now that I consider friends just because we don't meet physically, but we're
Right.
hanging out enough, we talk enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, of
If,
course.
if there's something wrong, I have people now that if I need to talk about something, I can go, are you free? Come and chat,
Right.
and that's friendship. You know, I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
friend is such a, I don't know, it's such a rampant scale, but when you think of
yeah,
friend, you think someone you could call right away, hey, I need your help.
yeah.
None of these people can do that for me, but I know they
No,
would if they could. That's the thing.
yes, physically different. You know,
Yes, I know they would if they could.
so does that mean you dismiss friendship just based on geography?
Eh, not really, man. It's the biggest thing is the three things I have with friendship is first, don't try to hurt me or hurt my family. Rule
Okay.
one. Second
Yeah.
rule, don't lie to me. Bullshit me, yeah, but don't fucking lie to me. Don't make me leave the conversation, think what you told me was the real thing. And then the third thing is, don't be fake, man. Be the way you are. You know, to be honest, you don't need a good memory. Just
Yeah.
tell it like it is, man. I can tell when you're telling me stories.
Yeah.
I've just been around so many fucking liars that it's a lesson. I've been in this classroom for
Yeah.
fucking 30 years
Yeah. Just,
of being
I,
lied to constantly, and I know the bullshit.
yeah. The thing is, I know people in real life that I wouldn't and do not consider friends, but I know there's people on here. I know can't physically call around and help me push my car to get it jump started. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
understand that, but I know if I need technical advice about something and I need just a whinge at somebody, I'm upset about something or I'm not sure what to do with shit going on in my life. Because you and I have had conversations like that and I've had it with other
right,
people. And that's friendship to me. And I don't open up to people that I don't consider friends, you know.
right. You
Um,
know, and especially on here, it's nice to have 100,000, a million, whatever followers. But I find as that bag of friends increases, there's a million egos that come with that also. And
yeah,
I know what it feels like to say hi in a chat and no one respond to you.
yeah,
And as you get more and more subs or followers and that increases, it like diminishes the actual, like, when you say everybody, I couldn't do it without you, and that's true, but how do you say it seems weird to me
yeah,
because the more you get, then it becomes more of a problem. Like when you were with five people, you could please them five, and
yeah,
you have that strong bond. But now, whew,
yeah. But it's a throwing the word out when it doesn't mean anything. When I say it because I mean it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just get. And I know fucking Anne, if she's still watching, Anne tortures me with it because she knows it. You know, she knows it makes me uncomfortable. You know, and her and Blake were doing it when we used to play Fall Guys and stuff. You know, and they both be saying it just. It's not that I don't do it. I'm just not going to say. I'm not going to say it just because. You know, I talk to somebody once in a blue moon on a panel. That's my point.
yes,
Um, you know, and it's and I don't talk about overly personal stuff on a YouTube panel. I do sometimes more so in private on a private StreamYard, but um, you know, so it's look it is what it is. There is no right and wrong answer to it. You know, everybody's different. You know, so
right.
um,
It's
you know,
hard not to
yeah.
be,
So,
have your guard up on some of these
well, yeah,
situations. Because if you come in just, Ray, you have to be aware of your surroundings. God, people.
yeah,
I see it time and time again where a friendship. I actually call my real friends in real life to come over and say smoke a joint or whatever. Because I find a lot of people, as you get older, they call you up just to get something from you.
yeah,
Oh, that bugs me, Captain.
yeah,
Hey, they don't say hi to you forever, and it's like, hey, can you do me a favor? Fuck off.
yeah. Absolutely. See,
That's the
that's the
only
thing.
time I hear from you. Oh,
Yeah,
he's my best friend. Anytime I call him, he'll come and fix it. Yeah,
yeah,
well, do you ever call him up and just invite him over to watch a movie or have fun or something?
yeah. See, that's it. I said mid 40s. So during the lockdowns and stuff, I end up just didn't have a fallout. My two best friends, I just walked away from. I literally left the WhatsApp group. I didn't even go, yeah, fuck you. I was really badly let down. The second time we were locked down, we
Right.
had plans, and I got flew off for something else. I was struggling. I was going squirrely the second time, locked up in the house, you know.
Yeah.
And I just went, and the three of us, there was me and my two best mates, we had a WhatsApp group. I just left the WhatsApp group because he was, I'll come down next Saturday. No, I'm busy, you know. And it was literally the Saturday where we're first Saturday where we're allowed out of the fucking house again, you know.
Yeah.
And and I felt guilty about it for a while, and then I was reading someone, I can't remember who it was, but it might have been Jordan Peterson, but I don't know. But I remember reading this thing about if you're putting, you can't have one side friendships or relationships. If you're putting much more into a relationship than you're getting out, walk away.
Yeah. Like I said, 50-50, man.
Yeah,
Give and take.
and that made me feel so much better because I'm going, yeah, I was the one always, I was on always visiting, I was the one always phoning, I was the one always arranging things, and I just don't do it now. Even with family, I haven't seen my biggest brother now in about 9 months. I haven't spoken to him about 9 months.
And
Just get sick
like
of being
when
the
you
one
say,
running.
have you loved enough in your life? The biggest thing that I love is talking to people, man. Just go talk. Everyone speculates all the time. Hey, did you see what he did to me? Did this? What do you think? But go ask them. Nobody talks anymore.
Yeah,
Jesus, if you're sad or go fucking ask them. You'll find out if you loved enough.
yeah. Well, yeah, maybe.
Have
But
you loved enough? What's
I've loved
enough?
enough. I've loved enough for me.
Yeah, but
I've
what's
loved.
enough?
Yeah, that's it. I've loved the people I think deserve love. You
Hmm.
know. Um. I'm actually more open about things recently. And I'll be honest, meeting people in different fucking continents and stuff, and getting to know new people and good looking people. I don't know an awful lot of good looking people in real life, and there's some good looking people on YouTube I've got to know. So
Yeah, no shit. Like I told my wife, and she's fine with it, but I'm hanging out with some of the best looking women on YouTube, and like, this is nuts, man.
yeah. See, in real life, all those pretty people would just look at me and as if they'd stepped in me, and then they'd walk on by, and you
And it's
know,
not just personal pretty, it's like just good personality people,
yeah,
man, that you get along
absolutely.
with. Fuck, that's much better. Like, that's like it's the perfect combination, man.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So, okay. So I think you sort of hit on this one earlier. So we'll take away your insecurity in this one. If you weren't insecure about traveling, about leaving the family,
Yeah.
so where would you most like to travel to and why?
Anywhere that, is hold a world interest. Egypt,
Okay.
Great Wall of China, fucking the Grand Canyon, volcanoes of Hawaii, any place like that. Any place that I can't. But in actuality, besides palm trees and we've got everything in Canada. You know, I've
So have you
seen
ever left?
everything.
Have you been outside of Canada?
Never,
Never.
never, no,
Even with America just being so
no,
dangerous as
never
well.
been to America in my life. Always wanted to go, but no reason to.
Yeah. See, I'm not sure. I want to go back to America. I want to go and visit people. Say, I've sort of started thinking about year after next, go over and trying to meet up people, but that's another story. But I want to. I like to go and hang out and have a drink and have enjoy with people and go party. That's one thing. But at the same time, I want to go and see interesting shit during the day. I want to go and do touristy shit and
Right.
um, Egypt. Always, I love Egyptology. I love that history and stuff. But I a very good friend at work. He went and he said it's horrible. The people make it so uncomfortable and so
Exactly. Like
and he said
that's
they
what
ruin
ruins
it. You're
everything.
literally. He talked about you're getting bothered constantly by the beggars, the people trying to con you, everything, and then the army come over
Yeah.
and push them away, and then the army turn around and put their hand out because they want paid, for that, and it's so that sort of. But I love all this stuff. Like when I talk about if I ever go to Cleveland, Joey's going to take me to Serpent's Mound,
Right.
or Mount. Sorry, I think it is Serpent's Mount. where it's a lane. It's literally a big geoworks. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Big earthworks, big ancient one. It's like a and the mouth of this serpent lines up perfectly with true, magnetic north and all, and stuff like that fascinates me.
Yeah.
But some people it's just a big fucking pile of dirt, But I like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty much happy with anywhere on the planet, but I've got a good enough imagination that I know if I was like in Egypt, I'd go see the stuff and they'd be like, now I want to go back home and smoke dope. Like that's what I enjoy doing. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do that wherever I go. And I ask if I do that wherever I go, then why do I have to leave where I'm at? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I don't
But you
get it.
can't see the pyramids, I suppose. You can't see
Yeah, but
the Valley of Kings. You
it's
can't see, the Great Barrier Reef. You can't see. Although
yeah, but still, it's salt water, and something's gonna eat me. Like it's just
okay,
fuck.
Australia's a bad one. Okay, fair enough. I wouldn't go to Australia, but
Yeah, there's too many
although I did,
critters, man.
I went to Vegas twice, and I swore I would go and see the Grand
I
Canyon.
would never go Vegas either. It's
I
just
never
I
went.
don't gamble, so
Well, I didn't gamble. You don't need to gamble. Just
yeah,
enjoy
I know. But
it.
what's there really that I would want to experience? I don't know.
Loads of really drunken
That's
girls
about
with big
it. I would just again, I'd be like, can we just go smoke dope? Like that's all I want to
tits.
do.
Did that in Vegas too.
Let's
Truth be
go to
told.
the desert with a lawn chair and
Yeah.
just sit there and watch for moving lights in the sky. I'd be
Oh,
more happy doing that. But again, I can do that right here.
yeah. Well, see, that's it. It depends what you want to do. But I mean, I found Vegas there's shitloads of stuff to do. I mean, stuff like even just the car museums and all. I'm not even a car guy. Just found that interesting. Just go around seeing all the old Bentleys and Ferraris and shit like that. So
Yeah, again,
okay. So a musical question then. So, what would your three desert island albums be?
holy shit. For one thing, I'm thinking, why the fuck did I get on this island?
Yeah.
That's what I think of right away. How did I get here? But
And why did I bring a record player and only three records?
yeah, I will definitely Master Puppets is going to be there.
Okay.
Um, the first AC/DC album is going to be there.
High
High
voltage.
Voltage, yeah. And my third would probably be more recent. Would be the second Volbeat album. I forget what it's called, but
Okay.
that one. Fuck, I like that band, man. They're so
Right.
good. Yeah, that would be my three.
I don't know much of their stuff. Well, to be honest, you came to that much quicker than I thought.
Oh
I
no,
thought,
I'm just thinking if I had to listen to fucking three songs, obviously you're gonna get bored of it, but right off the top of my head, that would be the top three. Yeah.
I I think about this. I'm such an idiot. I think about this a lot. If you were pinned down, one of the only definite ones for me would be "Wish You Were Here," Pink Floyd. I
Wow, the whole album.
Yeah,
Okay.
it works better as an album. And considering somebody, I used to hate "Shine on You Crazy Diamond" as a song, but when you put the album on and you just let it play, and it goes from that to "Welcome to the Machine" and all the rest of it, it's as nearly a perfect album as for me. It's just near as
Right.
a perfect album.
Yeah,
Probably Led Zeppelin too.
that's a good one too. Nothing wrong with
Um,
that.
just get Ramble On and stuff like that on it. And
Yep.
the third one's always, I mean, I want to put AC/DC on because AC/DC is my favourite band, but it's which
So
album,
good.
Is it High Voltage? Because the first one is it the Black Album, I don't know. But it's a weird one. But yeah, the thought of playing just three, and then you can cheat and you go, well, I want AC/DC live at Castle Donington, and there's a double CD,
Oh shit.
more songs, but that,
Oh man, it could go on like. Trust me,
yeah,
them records might be broken a week, but you asked me which three, and that's the.
yeah,
If the boat's on fire and the island's right there, and I could only
yeah,
grab three, that would be the top. I'd hope I grab a hold of.
yeah. And can you imagine how sick that would be if all you could grab was fucking BTS and NSYNC and fucking
That's what I
Backstreet
mean. But
Boys?
like, oh, you fucking idiot! Of all the shit to grab, that's what you grabbed. Wow.
Because you'd probably end up at some point having to listen to them anyway, just to break the monotony.
Listen,
But
I can sing songs to you that you'd be like, you know this? Yes, I do.
Yeah, but if you were there for weeks and that, so um, okay, so nearly there. Question 17: have you always made friends easily, and is it getting harder or easier as you get older?
I've always made it friends easily, um, but it was again my choice. So anyone I choose to be friends with, like I've always said, if I'm not bugging you, I probably don't like you. But I don't try to please anybody anymore. Before I used to. I used to be the type where you'd be hanging out with five guys, and then that sixth guy would join that didn't like you. And now the five guys don't like you because they like the sixth guy more. And now I'm the one that's out.
Yeah,
But I would take the abuse just to stay with the five and the one that hated me. Well,
right.
now I won't be around one stinking individual. I'll get the fuck out of there. I won't deal with it.
Yeah,
So that's changed big time. Now it's like, you're leaving? Fucking right. Won't see me again. Don't
right.
care. I'm not wasting my time with these idiots anymore. I ain't got much time left, man. Spread the goodness.
Yeah,
You'll be much happier off.
yeah. I don't. I've never made friends easily. And people don't befriend me easily because I'm prickly.
I
Like,
love when people come to me and go, "Hey, that captain, fucking mean as can be." You know what brought me was Funky Uncle John.
right,
I'd watch that guy and be like, "Fuck, he's grumpy."
yeah,
And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go up there and make that fucker laugh.
yeah,
He's got to have a smile. He's
yeah,
got to. And when I broke in, and I believe John likes me, but I just clinked to him like a motherfucker because
yeah,
I don't know, man. He needed cheering up. He looked like the meanest fucker ever. But
yeah,
like, it's my duty to make that guy smile. That's what I always try to do when I come up on panel is fucking make
yeah,
people happy. And if I
yeah,
see someone trying to counter that, boy, am I going to snag onto you. I'm going
yeah,
to do it in my own little way, but Joey's good at it. He knows when I'm up to my shit. Because
yeah,
he giggles and he knows I know exactly what this fucker's doing right now.
yeah.
Oh, you betcha.
No, I know I'm an acquired taste, so I find it hard that you have to get to know me, and I have to get to know you, and then we'll see what happens. But I can't just come up. Some people, Joey could just jump on a panel. You could just jump up on a panel, and everybody there, they'll probably like you right away, and you'll talk away like you've known each other for years.
Hopefully.
I can't do it. It's not that I'm a dick. It's just I'm no good at it. I'm not a people person. I can't sit and make small talk.
No, you
You
know
know,
who pushed me in on it? Is Ann. Because she would come to me and go, "Hey, I saw you out there the other day." I'm like, "Yeah, be careful with that fella or that girl." "What do you mean?" And she'd fill me in. I'd be like, "Listen, I appreciate your opinion. That's why I chose you as a friend. She'd come out and give you the warning." So I've always said that. If you're a friend of mine, tell me why the fuck I shouldn't be here right now. Well, I'll let them explain that to you. Not Ann. She'll tell you. She give you her own. And it's like, you know what? I go and meet them, come back, and I write to her. "Boy, were you fucking right again. That guy's a fucking douchebag. Told
yeah.
you." I'm like, there you go. See?
I just it's weird. I mean, I've been more open, to meeting people the last couple of years, and on this, but it's in the safety of numbers. Sometimes it's like joining JV's panel whenever because obviously I'm comfortable with JV and Joey and Thrice and stuff, and then if
Right.
somebody new comes up, then I'm comfortable, and then I'll push back and go. And I've said this before. I did it with Daniel. The day Daniel jumped up, I went, "Everybody's being nice to him," and I went, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I started, I ripped into him. And then
Yeah.
he laughed, and I went, "Okay, like him," and that was us, but I couldn't do that if it was just me and Daniel. I'd be looking, what do you talk about, what do you say.
Well,
Um,
remember the other day I sent that picture out of that guy singing. I said, "This is my brother. What do you think of his new song?"
uh,
And I sent it to four of my friends.
right,
You were included. Angie and
but I
Sam.
forgot
JV,
that.
I gotta think, but Angie and Sam. Right away. "Oh, he's good. Really good." You bullshitters. That guy's terrible. JV's like, "If he's your brother, it's all right, but yeah, it's stupid." Basically, I'm like,
I
"Thank you,
forgot about it, to be honest.
thank you." And I was like, I know what you're gonna tell me.
Uh,
Tell him
I
to get the fuck off you too. Like,
Funny enough, I forgot about it. See, I get that people send me messages when I'm in work, and then I forget about it. And that's why sometimes I'm better ignoring my phone all day, because then at night
oh, I agree.
you've got the alert in the corner, so you go, oh right, somebody's been trying to get me. But you look at it, you're in the office. I still never been in the office on my own, and where I could play a quick couple of minute video, But
Yep.
when you're in, you can't do it. And I forget. The amount of times I've come home and I've completely forgot that I said I would do something, or I would check something out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, um, yeah. Well, I tend to give honest opinions if you ask me an honest opinion. So,
That's right. If you're
um,
asked.
yeah, I won't deliberately turn up and go, haha, he's a wanker, blah, blah, blah. But if you ask me, say the Angie, I give Angie answers she maybe didn't want.
Well, if there's going to be
But
criticism put to
yeah,
help benefit the
yeah,
situation why you don't like it, then by
yeah,
all means give that advice. But if you're just going to give it where nothing's going to evolve from it, where there's just going to cause animosity, like, no, it
yeah,
stinks. Well,
yeah.
can you add to it? Like, what do you think I should? No, I just hate it. Well, that's not good advice at all. Like, I'd rather just shut up or lie to them.
Yeah, absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
so many people say, tell me what you really think. Really? You want that? Or do you want the yes man? If you
I
want the
know. Well,
yes friend, I can be that too, but I
well,
really don't think I should do that.
I've worked with guys, and because they know me well enough, they don't ask me my opinion unless they really want it, because they'll get an honest answer. It may not be what everybody's expecting, but they'll get an honest answer, which is
Hmm.
why after a while people stopped asking me questions. So, um, okay, nice easy one again then. You have any big regrets in your life?
Hmm. Big regrets. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Um, Not really. I don't really think so. Not enough to recall regret. Mistakes? Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes, but a regret? Not really. I couldn't think on. It would be stupid, like, but there's nothing really that altered my life to the point where, like, you should have done this or you should have done that. Nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it's a weird one because I think you have too many regrets. I mean,
Well, if you said any big mistakes, sure.
I,
That's easy. But regrets? Not really. I was pretty much everything I wanted to do, I did because I wanted to do it. And some of the regrets that I do, like drinking and driving, that I kind of counteract them because nothing bad came of it. I know
yeah.
I shouldn't have done it, and shoulda, woulda, coulda. I could have fucked a lot of people up, yes, but never happened. Smoking in bed could have burnt the house down, but again, made lots of mistakes, but not really a regret.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I do. Sort of touched on it. I regret not getting to know my dad better, but that wasn't because I did something wrong, or that was
But
just
that
life.
was your choice, though.
No, it's just because he died so young.
Oh, okay. So took him
So it wasn't.
prematurely, yeah.
So it wasn't something. I mean, obviously, as a kid, I took sides in the divorce and stuff. But I was only a kid. I didn't get to know him as an adult. I regretted that my whole life. But that wasn't a choice thing. That was just life.
No, and exactly, and that's a regret out of hindsight.
Yeah.
Because if you knew that he was going to die, you obviously would have put more effort into it. The fact you didn't know, and he would have lived longer, would you have tried even harder? Probably not. You know what I mean?
But I mean, but the problem is, when I was only an adult a lot of months, really, consider 18 adult. I was only an adult a lot of months when we found out he was dying. So
Hmm.
I didn't have an awful lot of time as a grown man. I'd only been working a wee while, and only just started driving and all that.
Yeah, no shit.
So I've regretted that my whole adult life. But that's not a regret because I picked something. I did something stupid. like lost £8,000 on a bet or something stupid. That was
Hmm.
just life getting in the way of everything else. So um,
Yeah.
but I that's different. So okay, question 19 then. What have you learned about people recently that you didn't know?
About people,
Yeah.
psh, nothing surprises me about people.
Okay.
Nothing. Unless they do something outrageously, you know, just I do see it around, but it's few and far between. Yeah, but nothing surprises me.
Right. Okay.
It's usually for the bad, but I don't know.
So
I
people
don't
disappoint you but don't surprise you.
really know.
Okay.
It's like, wow, I'm amazed that happened, but there's not much left on this planet that, like you say, I've seen everything, but I know I haven't. But I don't know, man. People are fucking strange.
See, I get surprised still. Well, I mean, because I'm such a, I would say realist, and some people say pessimist, but I get surprised whenever I meet somebody that isn't a prick. Somebody to get on with. And it's so that surprises me. And again, this YouTube thing helped that. Meeting. I'm not going to name everybody, but I think most of you know who you are. But um, that was a big surprise for me because I didn't think in my adult life I'd start making friends again. Your friendship circle gets smaller in the real world, I suppose. So this was a new avenue for me, so that was a surprise. So,
Yeah,
but no, fair enough. Okay, last normal question then.
normal.
Question 20. What one thing from your childhood do you regret your children not having or doing?
One thing I regret. Um, Probably living without the technology like it is. I wish they experienced it that. Like
Okay.
when you could just go out and not be bothered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody knew where you were. Fucking digging holes and playing in
Oh,
the dirt. So my kids never did that.
a simpler life, really, than you think.
Yeah, just technology free, basically, to brush it off. And because I always compared people, like, I know there's people on this planet that don't have what I have, and they still have fun. You know what I mean? And I'm so biased because I'll sit there and look at these people and be like, how can they be so happy when they don't have a fucking computer or a car or running water? And
Yeah.
but somehow they're still going, right? And I'm not saying they're fucking happy as shit, but I think that children aspect too is that flick when you realize, ew, life's not about fucking fun and games. Like,
Yeah.
but I
I
wish my kids, yeah, could experience that.
yeah. I think a lot of it's that.
Well, look at the worries they go through.
Yeah.
Fuck, I remember going through shit just carefree, right? And now it's,
These
Christ,
things
yeah.
happen.
Oh shit, she sent me a message. This is the shoes I should have on. Oh, this is what's trending now. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. When we were kids, and this, I am acutely aware that we sound like two grumpy old men. But I genuinely was like, get out of the house. There's a football. Go. Get
Yeah,
out of the house.
just
Go and play.
fucking
Go
whatever.
and play
Yeah,
hide and
man.
seek. Yeah.
They don't
Play hide
do
and
that
seek.
anymore.
Go out your bike. Do all that shit, and it's definitely a loss now. I mean,
Oh,
I don't have kids, but
but
and
it'll
these
never be that way again.
no these things are now. Well, you never know. After World War III, whenever all the devices are killed off, you don't know. So
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen. We're just too
you never
far
know.
ahead of ourselves. Yeah, you never know, but I just don't
Hope
think.
hope springs eternal. So
Yep.
um right. So the plus one then, the one I always end on is, what's the single best piece of advice you can share with the world?
Take care of yourself and the people that are closest to you, like that make an impact in your life, because nobody else cares about you. Even me, they'll tell you, even some of the strong relationships we share, when shit comes down to it, it's me. It's all about me.
Yeah.
And you can say what you want or whatever, but 911 is just a 3-digit phone call that gives you false sense of security. Like, that's your first line of defense, true? Besides praying on the floor to Jesus, who else do you call when shit hits the fan? Who? Your family or 911? And who do you think's going to take care of you more in that question? When shit really hits the fan, when everyone's out to say, I need help, please help me. Because you won't find it. It'll always be within yourself. So my biggest advice is take care of number one and those around you, because the way it is, man, nobody will do that for you.
Yeah.
And if you do find it, by all means, grab a hold of it and hang on tight, man, because you're part of the very, very few that get to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not out there, but always think of yourself. With whatever you do, even the friends you're making, think about yourself. How is this going to benefit me in the end? Because they don't ask that about you. Very rarely do people think of others before themselves. And that, I don't think that's a good thing sometimes.
No, absolutely not.
I see so many people put effort out all amongst the other, and they get nothing back. And still they hold the faith that this is the way it should be. But when it comes down to it, man, if you don't take care of yourself, you're useless to others. Please. It sounds, like soloistic, but it's what it is. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fairly valid point. It's not something I do particularly well, to be honest. So, okay. So, is there one question you would want to ask me?
No.
Perfect.
Not right now.
Okay.
That's really. There's nothing I need to know. If I want to ask, I'll just ask you. You're my friend, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, right, we'll just do a couple of quick questions from the chat, if that's okay, and then we'll.
Mm-hmm.
I'll skip through them because half of them are about tits. You can imagine who they're
from. Yeah, I like tits though.
Who played Lumpy and Leave It to Beaver?
The guy that deserved to play Lumpy. There you go.
Fair play. Do you feel a bond with the UK because you both spell colour and meter?
No, I do not. I always want to spell it like the American way. And I always do. I hate using the U in flavor. I hate spelling color like that. I always like miles an hour. I fucking hate kilometers.
Yeah, well, we don't use kilometers.
No, we use kilometers, but the metric systems, I don't know. Like, I was always told centimeters and millimeters, but I went to work and everyone, hey, grab a tape measure. Inches? Yeah, fuck them millimeters. I'm like, there you go.
I'm in the building trade. We always use both. So
listen, I keep another one at work because they come in and be like, can I get a piece of glass 716 millimeters? I'm like, German's here, right? It's German? Yeah, German guy. How'd you know? Because they're millimeters to the core, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, guys like their centimeters.
Yeah, so BC did a show on their channel where they cut down trees, Axemen. Was it realistic as fuck or total bullshit?
The labor and all that accident, totally true. But the inner drama about that's all bullshit, man. They're fucking. You go up there and work there. Sure, it's no more bickering than we get on here. But anyone that's in a crew, you trust them guys with your lives, and they're not going to risk hurting anybody. You're gone. You're just fucking off the team. They don't handle that bullshit. It's a family thing out there, man. When you're falling trees and around that equipment, you got to be looking out for each other, man. It's fucking dangerous. And they just don't handle bullshit. So any of that drama you see, oh, fuck, dude, it's just for TV, man. Bullshit.
Oh, there's Blake's turned up at last.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You made it. Better late than never.
Okay, so let's see.
Do
you feel comfortable having us ask about any bank robberies you may or may not have committed June 20th, 1987? Okay, well, We'll just say no. You're not comfortable
Can I
talking about
plead
it.
the
So,
fifth? Yeah, I want to plead the
so
fifth
a
on that.
musical one there. So from JV. So
Oh,
the first
first
guitar.
guitar. The amp was called a Stinger. I don't know who made it, but it said Stinger on the amp in an emerald green color. The amp was black. The knobs had a green, but I remember the mesh on it had a sparkly green to it in the fabric. But here's the funny thing: the guitar, it was a Les Paul copy. Fuck, I owed the guy $15. I think I only paid him 10. It had 3 pickups. The middle one wasn't even hooked up. Just a piece of garbage. Matchsticks in the neck to align it, and terrible. But it taught me how to play. But I remember the best thing about that amp. I fucking had it for 4 or 5 days. My mom bought it for Christmas, and I never knew of the overdrive switch on it. I never noticed it. I just didn't see it. So I'm playing 4 days of acoustic music on an electric guitar, thinking, this don't sound like Metallica. I thought, this is bullshit because I own shitty equipment. Why the fuck can't I make it sound like him? And then that one day I seen the switch, and I clicked it. Well, Christ, man, the screaming that came out of that thing, because I had everything on 10. And then when I got it adjusted, it was like, oh my God, man, epiphany. Then it was that hard, rah, that crunch noise. I'm like, oh snap. Yeah, but just so tough. 3 days. And then wham, when I hit that button, fuck, that was a great feeling. Yeah, but Stinger, I don't know. You can probably look it up online. I don't know who made it, but
So you started playing it upside down, and you didn't know what you were doing.
yes. Oh, it was rough, man. It was all self-taught, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just never took a lesson.
And I can only imagine you looking down at the thing after a while going, there's a button there.
Yeah, that's what I was like, what's that button do? And I
Why
flicked
didn't
it.
I do
Oh
that?
my Christ.
You know?
Yeah, my mom screamed, turn that down. I was like, oh shit. It was so loud. And I remember fucking the guitar I had was so beat up, right? And I always say, oh, no wonder I'm not good. I got shitty equipment. And this guy from a town next to me, I knew he could play guitar, and I looked up to him because he was well older than me. And he was somehow fucking, we got hooked up one night. I'm 14, 15, he's 20. We're drinking. He got no ride home. I'm following him, just fucking hanging out with the cool guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't you live around here? I'm like, yeah, right here. Well, come on, let's go fucking, drink at your house or something. Okay. I didn't know what was going to, but I brought him down. He had called a friend to come pick him up. But in the 15, 20 minutes I had him there, I said, you play guitar, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, give me that fucking thing. And he tuned it up. Beep, doop, 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 doop. And holy fuck, did he ever impress me, man. And I was like, it's not the equipment. It's the dude.
Yeah.
Look at him play, man. Then he just, that's all right. Sounds great. And then leaves, and I'm like, I was just sitting there, and I remember him leaving. He's like, well, you coming? I'm like, no, I got. And all I want to do is play the guitar because of what he showed me. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going anywhere, man. This is brand new to me. Hooked.
Yeah, it's. I've known people that are really, really good at this stuff, and I always joke every time you or JV or even Eric one day over at Thomas Metal doing one, and I went, did I tell how much I hate talented people? So, and it is sometimes a good musician can make music almost out of almost anything. There's obviously degrees. A good quality Les Paul is different than a fucking
Oh, yeah. It's nice to have good equipment. But listen, it does not fucking matter. When you learn your instrument, and it's got nothing to do with it. Like, I'm at that point now where I'm that guy. I'm that 20-year-old guy where I pull the kids like, oh, my God, your dad can play guitar. And it's like, yeah, I know. Pretty cool, eh? It's just impressive, but I know it because I know how he looks at me.
Yeah.
And I know that feeling like, fuck.
Yeah.
This old man, holy shit, he can rip on the guitar, Master of Puppets, what the fuck?
Okay, so one from Miss Piggy then. What do you do for fun other than video games?
Smoke marijuana, eat, when I was mobile, one of my favorite things it was yearly, but pick mushrooms, and not the magic kind. We would pick Mitsutake mushrooms, called Matsutake. It's called a pine mushroom, and it's
Right.
highly sought after in Japan.
Okay.
And this is one of the parts of the world where these fuckers grow. Of all the towns to move to, I moved to this one, and I remember the first time I went out and learned how to do it, and I heard the stories. Sometimes these things get up to $300 a pound. And
Jeez.
guys have showed me their. I myself, Captain, one day, me and my wife's nephew, $1,250 a piece
Jesus.
in like 4 or 5 hours of work.
Right.
Holy shit! And then the best thing is, we went and sold her mushrooms, and the lady counts it up. She's like $800 for each of us. I'm like, Jesus, man, this is awesome. And then we go back in the next day, and she's like, BC, Kevin, come here for a second. Did you guys cash in? I said, yeah. What was the price? I said, we paid 28. Well, when I closed 2 hours later, we actually closed at $35 a pound. So she reaches in an envelope and gives us the remaining amount. It's called catch up.
Right. Okay.
Because that's not fair. If I sold at 20, but at the end of the night it's 30,
yeah.
she pays you the difference.
Right. Fair
So
play.
that brought us up to $12.50, and I remember sitting in that tent the night before I went home. And it was before my birthday because it snowed the day after. But I'm like, Jesus, to have $1,000+ in your hand for less than 5 hours of work. It's like, this is fucking nuts. But that's what I love to do, man. Outdoorsy stuff.
Oh, fair play.
Fishing. Now I like to go fishing, but I like to just watch. I don't
Yes,
like
yeah.
catching or I'll eat one or two, but I like watching.
I don't like a lot of fish, so I like the theory of going sitting beside the river with a rod in. But if I catch something, I would certainly would, unless one of the people I was with would eat it. I would certainly put it back in the river. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to take hunting. I'm absolutely pro the ability to hunt, but not trophy hunting. I'm not hunting to wipe stuff out. I'm going to go out
Yeah.
and feed my family, or I'm going to go out hunting season. But if I shoot this deer, I'm going to skin it. I'm going to take it home.
I know. Same with me. If I
It's-
catch 3 or 4 fish, I'm like, okay, let's go home. And everyone's like, what?
yeah,
But I understand it costs thousands of bucks to get us out here, but we
yeah,
came for it. This is what I came for. I don't want to keep catching them. Like,
yeah.
I'll watch
And
you
you'd be a
guys do
neighbour,
it.
So if you catch stuff in the first half hour, you want to go home and everybody else is looking and
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like, don't bring him. Fuck, he spent all that money. I paid my gas money, though. I can do what I want. And
Yeah.
I'd rather sit. Why aren't you fishing? What a waste. I'm like, cuz, man, can't they fucking just hang out? Does it
Unless you're
have
the
to
one,
be
unless
this
you're the
way?
one driving though, and you're driving everybody else.
They
then
won't let BC drive the boat. They never let me do anything like that.
no,
I even asked them, I'll drive the boat. You're not fucking operating nothing. So they
Nope.
know I'm just too jokey, eh? Like,
Okay, nearly there. Promise. Hobo wants to know what's the secret to great protein. Am I pronouncing that right?
yeah, poutine.
Protein.
What's the secret to great poutine? Brown gravy, salt, and real cheese curds. The fries, I don't give a fuck, but head to Quebec. I'm not a big French lover in any means. It's not a spat against the people themselves. Well, most of them. They're fucking retarded there, but man, they got good poutine. That's where you want to head. But real cheese curds for sure. And the gravy, I don't know how to make it, but I know when it tastes good.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's so good. And you got to have that cheese melt. I've had it so many times where the heat ain't there and they just get cheese, that squeaky cheese, and you bite onto it, it makes that noise in your mouth, and it's like, no, this ain't
I've
doing it.
never had poutine, obviously, 'cause I've never been over there. And
Oh, it's so good, man. Salty
I've heard
shit,
that.
though,
I've heard that.
but good.
So, Joey, are you going to watch the GTA trailer?
Yeah, I see it. It's leaked so much, though, I feel like I already know what's coming, but that's okay. I'm definitely going to watch it. Who's not waiting for that fucking game?
Me.
God, I own like 3 copies of GTA 5. I don't know why, but I do.
I don't like driving games. and I
There's
love
so
to.
much more to that than just
I
driving, though.
know, but I'm terrible at the driving bit. So what I do is I play it up to the point where you can't get past the mission because it's a driving mission, and I can't do it, and I go fuck this. So I've just
Wow, you just give up too easy, though.
no, I can't. I've been gaming my whole life. I'm 49. I'm no good at driving games. I can't do it. And
So
it make me
instead of
like,
getting better, you just choose to give up?
no. I've tried for years. I can't do it. It's I used to be able to do it in Saints Row, but that's because you used to be able to just drive through. It was much more forgiving. You could just drive. I mean, I used to laugh at me playing it because I'd be looking away at where the sat nav was telling me to go, and I'd go in the opposite direction. But it didn't matter in Saints Row. It was that sort of game.
I
And then you
seen
go to the garage got repaired.
I seen a
But
fucking video the other day where this guy in an old Trans Am peels out of this parking lot and starts doing a fucking fishtail with his car. Doesn't the driver's door open up and he spills out in the highway? And then someone commented, "When you accidentally press the Y button in GTA," like, yeah, no shit, man. Out the car you go.
no, I've tried because there was games there. I love the theory GTA. I love the case the joints. I love doing the doing the mission shooting and all. The
Yeah.
problem is from the driving one where you have to chase a bike down and shoot the guy and all that. There, I can't do it. I'm not. I've
You
tried them for years and I just can't do it. And
you
it's
can do it. You gotta keep trying though. Don't give up.
no, no. I'm not being funny. I've tried them for decades before I finally went. It just getting to the point where I just I I couldn't do them, and it just in the end the games were ruined because I would get stuck at a mission, and everything was brilliant up to the end, and then I couldn't do it. I've seen me try and I spent days on one mission on one of the GTA's. I just couldn't
You
do it.
sound like you've been traumatized.
Yeah, because cause I love gaming and I love everything about GTA is great in theory, but because I'm so bad at driving in games, it just I hit a brick wall and I go, you know what I mean? I can't get any further.
In
So
Canada, we call that "you suck."
yeah, but
Put the controller down and go play Mario. We know what
yeah,
you're all about.
it's not that I know my limitations. I know what I can and can't do. I'm old enough now that I've tried. It's not like I'm not going. I haven't tried this. You know what I mean? Or I've tried it once. I've tried them for years. Saints Row was the only time I could sort of do it, and that's because it was a daft game and it was much more forgiving. You know what I mean?
Well, no matter what you say, I believe if you try to play it again, you will succeed. I have faith in you. Let's
No,
play tonight.
no,
I got the mission lined up. You got to
no,
chase a guy on a bicycle and shoot him.
no, not doing it.
Come
So
on.
what would your perfect day be?
My perfect day would be to find out they found a cure to make you live forever so I could hang out on this planet and just poke my finger at all the things that make me angry every day. I find joy in being angry. I don't know why, but I love to tear shit apart. How many times I sit on a panel or just watch stuff and like, fuck, I want to go up there and just cause trouble.
No, I don't
That
know.
makes a perfect day for me.
I try sometimes just troll in the chat rather than go up and do it. It's just it's
No, I'm not good at troll. Chat warriors bug me. I love when people say this. Hey, well, fucking yeah. See, he's up there. Well, I'm leaving. And go. You think
yeah.
you fucking leaving is gonna traumatize anybody here?
But
Fuck
no,
off then. And they
I
say that like I'm so important that if I leave this panel, this whole stream's going to shit.
uh,
Oh
I
no! Did you
I
read Captain? Look at chat. They're gonna leave.
yeah.
Oh no, we better change the.
I
Yeah,
know.
we better change the fucking channel. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that person's leaving.
I do like trolling the chat. I think I'm quite good trolling the chat, but I only do it with people I know. I'm not going to jump on a random live stream with people I don't know and do it. So I'm sort of taking the piss out of people I know and like. So
Yeah,
um, but yeah. So
I love to
um,
antagonize people. I don't know why, and I think I'm doing it in a funny way, but I don't realize how people are getting so pissed off because some guys, I know I could just drive them batty as fuck, but it's almost like I don't know, it's like you can see they're so easy to do to some people.
But that's good people that don't know you. I told you the first time I met you, I thought, yeah, he's a prick, you know. But
Crazy, eh?
once they get to know you, you know, they realize that you're nearly all just full of shit.
Why
You
did you
know,
think I was a prick, though?
because you were getting on like a prick.
Why?
I can't remember the
Yeah,
details.
see? It's
Um,
obviously not that important then if you
No,
can't
no,
remember.
but it was because I didn't know you. But then again, I would say people the same with me. People, you know, I said I'm an acquired taste, and people don't realize half the shit I say isn't serious. You know, it's most of it's just bluster. And sometimes I'm serious, but you know, but it's getting to know people. You know, so Jeremy wants to know what
Uh-oh.
some hobby or interest you have that we probably don't know about. There's only one more quick question after this, and then we're out.
Whoa. Um, I collect Funko dolls. These fucking things, I got a whole living room of the sons of bitches. See, there's Teacher Rick from Rick and Morty.
Okay.
You know, these little funky dolls?
I have a few of them there, but I
Oh,
don't
yeah, I
collect.
collect them. Let's see. Here's another one. The old Leatherface. It's his little chainsaw. Yeah, I like them things. Other than that, no, I don't really collect nothing or have any other hobbies. Guitars, video games, and marijuana. That's the top three. The
Yeah,
rest is all bonuses.
it's weird. I don't get the collection thing. I have some of those Funko dolls, but what I did, I got a Perspex like display, so it's always like a stage. I have James Hetfield slash
I got
Axel,
them too, yep.
you know, but I have them out of the boxes and I have them on the,
Oh,
you know,
no, no, I won't take them
see, I'm
out.
not for collecting stuff. So I've the singers at the front. I've got my guitars in the back, you know, that's in the middle row, and then on the back row, I've got Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World. Um,
I'll show you
I,
my Slash one day. It's a Slash doll, but it's not a Funko doll.
uh,
It's like a really detailed, like, I don't know. I told my kid, don't buy them anymore. That's a mistake. Fuck, I like it, but I can't be collecting 6 or 7 of these different things. Like, just
no.
strictly
No.
stay Funko.
I've the Freddie Mercury. I have a wee Slash Funko one there, but like I said, it's not a collection for me. I just bought them because I wanted the, and I just have literally, you know, I've half of Guns N' Roses, half of Metallica. You know, Angus is there obviously, and Freddie and Brian Johnson are up front.
Do you know, before we close this show, I'm just going to say in closing that what I feel like when I watch this show when someone else is on is that we're having such a good time that I wish that you would invite people up. So I'm always like, close the fucking show so someone can go live because I want to have a conversation too.
That's okay.
That's
But
what I
we're
feel like though.
JV's going live after this, so
See what I
um,
mean? Yeah, but it's
so
almost like, okay, shut the fucking show off now. You guys have yapped enough. Let's all yap together.
okay. Anybody who doesn't want to watch the shopping, you know, there's plenty of other options.
No,
So
shut up. I like to stay here. I'm the
OG Kush,
guest.
blonde Lebanese house,
What'd you say, OG what?
Kush
It's
or blonde Lebanese
Kush,
house.
not
Well,
Koosh.
whatever.
Sorry. Um, both. Both. Mix them together. Fuck. Why either or? Both, Blake. Both. Yeah, 2 hours is perfect. I'd have been fine with an hour and a half even.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
you gotta want them more. You gotta want them more.
maybe you shouldn't have talked so much. So
Probably
JV,
not. Your
JV, are you
questions got. I
going?
thought they were gonna be tougher too. These are blasé shit.
Yeah.
But it's 20 questions. I get it. But I thought you were gonna get really pinnacle.
Why?
Like, how do you think you're gonna die? Hey, question like
No.
that.
I'm not here for gotchas. I'm not. I just want to hang out with somebody that I like.
If there
And
was one person that we met together that we know, who would you like to destroy and see fail? That would have been a good one too.
I don't want to. I mean, well, I did ask you who you wanted to kill. You know,
No, but I understand that the people that are watching want to know us better or don't. But I think them questions were pertain to because they know the situation they're in. Everyone's in the same situation, so and drama sells, right? We should end up by getting into a fight. Really.
No, nobody believes us at this stage anyway. Um, be nice to each other for 2 hours and then the last minute. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, oh yeah, but people would love that. You'd watch the fucking numbers go right up because I know how much you non-YouTubers love your numbers.
Yeah, but no. So that's us. JV is hopefully doing an after party, and if he's not, I'm gonna.
Well, I can't wait. Who you got next week, Blake? I can't wait to see that one.
Blake. Yeah,
That's going to be awesome.
As long as he's still sober, it's Blake. Yes.
Fuck, man. He's doing good. Keep
yeah,
up the good work, buddy.
Yeah. So yes, he's been doing really, really good. So yes, thank you everybody. So BC, thank you a lot for doing this.
No sweat, man. My pleasure.
I've enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody in the chat that was here, you know. So so just before we go, we're just going to have a wee musical interlude.
The wee shit. Hey, that's if you got 20 plus 1, what questions you ask for me? Can you get through a whole stream without saying we?
No.
Wow, that's crazy, eh? You can't even put it in your bag and write it on a piece of paper saying don't say we. No. Just to see if you could do it.
Look, if we really concentrated, I'm not being funny, we all say stuff that,
of course.
I mean, you've said there in the last 5 minutes about 5 times.
Never would I. I think we got to rewind the tape, but I've said it a wee amount of times.
You don't realize you said it. I mean, that's like me.
I know.
Joey sent me a message the other week. He asked me something, and I just said, "Yeah, absolutely." And he sent me back. He says, "I can hear you saying absolutely."
Yeah, I can. He's saying it.
He hears my voice saying absolutely, which made me laugh. You know,
that's funny, man.
JV's going live, so if anybody, I think everybody here knows Jeremy anyway. But if he wants to put the link in the chat, feel free. So thanks everybody. I'm just going to end with a little song we wrote for this man, and then when it's over, we're going to hit the end button. So thank you everybody.
I'm a black and white can look, that's how I roll. Got the fire in my veins, love that sweet smoke. Up north, maple syrup and polar bears. And don't forget we got some good weed over here. From the prairies to the mountains, got that green on lock. I'm Canadian, but I still know how to rock. I'm looking up with the love for that Mary Jane. Black and white, but I'm always in the green. Rolling up that sticky icky, puffing clouds of smoke. Living life on my own terms, no one can make me choke. I'm a black and white Canadian, loving life, loving weed, living in the haze, feeling fine, just doing me.
Yeah, that's just stupid, but I like it. So
that's good.
Yeah, thanks everybody, and we'll see you over JV's in a couple of minutes. Okay.
Peace out.
Bye.